I shared it with friends who do this exact work. They said nothing. And 12 days later, a complete stranger bought it. This is a story of how I started validating an idea of a product. And what I shipped is actually, it started as a class and not a product. And it was a setup, a workflow that I have already done based on the things that I work with daily. And I created a class in Portuguese that showed how you can connect and integrate Cloud Code with Elementor. And then at the end of the class, showing how it works, I sold a small package like for less than $5 at the end of the class, and it would help people to work in the same way that I was working, and it is actually great. If you worked with WordPress and Elementor, you might think that Cloud Code will not be able to replace you or do things for you. And for someone that worked with it for more than 3 years, 4 years already, it is a huge thing. But and also the CTA that I used in the class at the end of the video was telling them not to buy it. It's not that I told you don't buy it, please. I told them that it would be possible to recreate the same process with time and with trial and error. So that's why you don't need to buy the product at the end. That's what I said, because I showed the whole process in the class. But the package would save the setup time because it took me a lot of trial and error. As I said, it took me uh, real projects, real tasks with clients for weeks, for days, for the package to work in the way that I showed in the video. So I used no urgency and no scarcity. Those are one of the terms most used, one of the most, some of the most used terms in digital marketing. People will actually lie to you saying that only few people could buy it, even though it's something that is already recorded and sold digitally. So there is actually no scarcity at all. And as I would just release the class and the product, there was really no urgency. You wouldn't need to buy right now. That's something that I said clear in the class that I recorded. And the thing is, I got the idea of recording that class and creating the smaller product as a test to validate if that was something that people would actually want to buy. And I shared the video with some friends of mine, and they even liked the video because they didn't know it was possible to work that way. But the ones that I most counted on stayed quiet because I have close friends that work with the same, they have the same job as I do. But I thought that a good way to validate would be if some of them bought the product, the package, but they didn't even had a bad feedback, nothing at all. So if they said that it wasn't the thing that they wanted, it would be a better feedback than being in complete science, in complete silence. So I started thinking, even though that I don't really expected validation, I will keep recording classes and trying products, even with silence. But I thought that maybe the idea was not that good. Maybe it was something that only I saw value. But 12 days later, two people paid, and no, neither of them knew me. Because for you guys to understand the context better, I released the video in a new channel in Portuguese, so anyone that got to that video without being one of my friends, they didn't know me before. They only had 20 minutes of contact with me, and with only this amount of contact, two complete strangers that I have no idea who they are, they bought my product. And I started thinking about lessons from this experience and I wanted to share it today. And the silence for me actually meant that nobody will always me anything because from the two kinds of people that watched the video, one kind was a really close friend of mine that worked with the same thing that I work with, and the other are strangers that have similar problems. Only one of them paid, because people who know you owe you nothing, and strangers owe you nothing either. So silence is not actually market feedback. So if I decided to quit that idea, or for example delete the video and stop selling the product, it would be based not on market feedback. I had to actually try to show more the idea before before thinking that the silence would be actual real feedback. And other lesson that I got from this trial, this test that I made, is that the honest version of working digitally still sells. So I was able to sell something without lying, without exaggerating, and without. It was actually something that was done in small scale, but was done right. So it was nothing that I find dishonest. It was made by me, bought by someone that I never met. So I was able to see for myself that I could be completely honest, transparent, and not go against any principle that I have, because I am against lying to sell a product. Maybe people don't are like that uh, nowadays, but I still am. And I know that there are a lot of people like me, and maybe you are one of them, that still think that it is possible to work without lying, without trying to take advantage on people. And the lesson that I take from all of this is that silence is not feedback, payment is. So it's a lot better to keep trying until you get real people buying from you, because that's when you start seeing problems that people really are able to spend money with. And for you, one of the real ones, one of the people that really watches all my videos until the end, I will share something personal. And this experience hit me different because I am moving out of my parents' house, so I am planning to leave the small city that I live in. And it is I already lived on my own, but right now I'm trying to make things right. So I'm trying to plan better because my past experience did not work that well. And freedom is the thing that I actually value. So being able to sell something while I was truthful is the first time that the work I already love can pay for it. And I know that as a developer, I can make a lot of money, but I am thinking so ahead that seeing that something that I recorded once was sold days after I recorded it showed me how it was something that is able to scale without relying only in my active working hours. So that's why this hit me really different. So that's it for today, guys. I see you in the next video.